Whoa, we are the wrong place, Mr. ENORTAP, but we are here. Hey, welcome everybody to another warm-up show with your hockey coach, your coach franchise directly for the beautiful country of Thailand. And then we have to go all the way to Toronto, Ontario to welcome back the only one, Mr. ENORTAP is in the house tonight.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation.
This is the music we need when we start the Monday night at 5, 6 o'clock p.m.
Sure.
They need that kind of music to fire up everybody. Wow, what a day. What a day, Mr. ENORTAP. And the hockey and NHL. Everything happening. Everybody have to give the lineup ready for the beginning of the season. Everybody have to be under the salary cap. And then we have 51 players on the waiver wire. Nobody picking them until after that. Then we have a signature with the Vegas Golden Knight, and then a Montreal make a kind of roster, and then they send Harbour to Laval, and then it's just confusing for the people. So what the heck is going on over there with the Montreal Canadiens? But today, Mr. ENORTAP, before that, we want to mention everybody. The subject of the show today is going to be on the prediction of the Atlantic Division. That's conclude for division tonight. Then tomorrow, this is honestly the start of the season tomorrow with 2 games on the program and NHL. We're going to do all those kind of predictions. And so that's how you start. And then tomorrow we're going to go after that, a couple of predictions for the trophies at some point, Mr. ENORTAP. So we have a lot on the plan, on the continents to talk about all weeks. Honestly, it's going to be a really busy night, Wednesday night, and NHL, everybody back and normal. So what do you think overall, Mr. ENORTAP, like we do at the beginning of the show? Your first impression of the day overall, the league, but most honestly, for the Montreal Canadiens, what was happening to you in your mind today?
Yeah, I don't know if anything really surprised me, I'll be honest with you. Like in terms of the cuts for Montreal, we sort of anticipated some of them. We knew that they were looking at the possibility of having 3 rookie defensemen in the lineup, if maybe not for the long run, but definitely until somebody like Matheson came back. And we saw that with the pickup of Kovacevic off of the waivers, that would somehow help, and it kind of did. Even though now we hear that Jack-I was sent back down after he was told that he made the team, but not to fear, because they said it's really, they sent him down to Laval before the 5 p.m. Deadline, and that was so that they could maximize their cap space as well as their LTIR relief space. It's very complicated. I had a hard time understanding it myself, but they said that he could very well be in the lineup for Wednesday against the Leafs.
Yeah, it's I did not follow. I did not go to school to learn the salary cap and NHL, but
you need to be a capologist.
You have to be like that over there. But I'm pretty good on those stuff like this. The reason why happening, guys, is I will give you this in 30 seconds. And I'm sure nobody will understand, but I will try. That's the most important thing. So the salary cap is $82.5 million. That's the max you can get at the opening or any moments on the season. You cannot go over. Whatsoever it is, if you put a players on the long-term injury reserve, they add that money for their salary cap. So 82.5 with carry price, it become now, example, $93 million. That's the salary cap of Montreal Canadiens. Every space money you have between, you have, example, $80 million and the carry price money, the first $2.5 million are losing on the salary cap of the Montreal Canadiens. So they are not $93 million, but they are now at $91 million. And when you talk about 82.5, you have to be always under, but they play that money with the total of the salary cap plus the long-term injury reserve.
LTIR, yeah.
And the space, that's what happening. More close you are at 82.5, better money they have to manage during the season. If you are only at $75 million and you put carry price, now the first $7 million, 7.5 of carry price money have to be on the salary cap count. If you are not there, you're close to 82.5, that money carry price does not count. So if you have another injury like Monahan, the $6.5 million, and example, if you lose him for the year, the rest of the year, but right. Now you can add another players at $6.5 million on the salary cap. But if you cannot, if you don't have that kind of space already because of carry price, you cannot use it because the money of carry price count all the time.
Taking up the space.
So that's the reason why the salary cap is a bit difficult to follow. And every penny they can put there, they count. And you can see if you go to, it's cap friendly, or you go to puckmedia.com or those kind of websites where you can learn about the salary cap. But you're going to see about 14, 15, 17, 18, or maybe 20 teams are really close to 82.5. They try to manage that. Now, a team like Arizona, Anaheim, or those lower teams, they don't care. They try to reach only the minimum because whatever they add more players, their team does not change anything. So it's just different between that part over there. So that's the reason why the Vegas Golden Knights wait until the last minute. The signed Nicolas Hag, whatever it was already done deal, they will just wait at the last minute to capitalize those kind of money until to the end. So that's pretty much I can explain this to you. And again, I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty good about the salary cap with all the rules, everything like that, like Emil and Emin. You have to know a lot of different things because the rule does not change. It's just to understand what's going on. But that's happening today. But before that, Mr. Nortap, I wanted to welcome a couple of people show up here and the chat and welcome everybody. So we'll be very quickly, but that'll be great. We have a couple of moderators of the Hockey National show, like Luciano, Ron with Kings. Thanks to be a part of the show tonight.
Hey, welcome, Ron. Welcome, Luciano.
Our friend from Sweden, Mr. Jerry, is in the house tonight. Mr. Jerry, thanks to be with us tonight.
Jerry, how are you?
Following with James Bond, Vinny James 007 is in the house, Mr. Nortap.
How are you, Vinny?
And we have a new friend, Steve-O. Welcome aboard, Steve-O.
Welcome, Steve.
Another big friend of the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Chicago Bear fans 97, Nick, is in the house.
How's it going, Nick?
Deal or no deal, but the real deal is in the house. That's the most important thing. We have the real. We don't like the fake deal, Mr. Nortap.
Hey, real.
And from the Kentucky, the Pro Bowler, Mr. Alan Vaillancourt, is in the house.
Alan, welcome back.
Miss Kelly, welcome back in the house this evening, Miss Kelly. Thanks to be with us tonight. And Dixon Automobile Group traveling now from the shop to the home. Dixon is on the car right now. And be careful, Dixon, because, the good news, if anything happened to your car, you can fix it because that's what you do now. You follow a course last season to fix all the car. So, it is what it is, but we wish the best. Alan, give an update. Jackai will be back at the opening. Thanks so much. Yes, Joseph Laham from Texas. Welcome back.
Joseph, welcome.
Joseph is a big fan, Mr. Nortap, of the New Jersey Devils. And we want to remind everybody we are back at 9 o'clock p.m. tonight. And one of the guests we have is Mr. Sam Woo for the New Jersey Devils Hockey Bars. He's going to talk about the Devils. We try to preview a couple of games, a couple of teams on the season, and then Sam is going to be with us for about 60 minutes. So I invite every fans of the Devils. If you have any question about the team, Sam is really the one you can answer more. It's really an interesting team to follow, honestly, Mr. Nortap. And they have a lot of prospect, and so I can't wait to hear from Sam about the Devils and learn more about the team and see what they keep on the roster. Where I didn't follow all the team on the roster, but great to have Sam. And tomorrow night, big night at the Hockey National Show. We really open up the season. We have over like 7-8 guests tomorrow night. The the house will be full. At some point, I think we have to put Roger at the front door to recognize, and they have, you have a lot of different tests when you go inside the house. You have the COVID situation, and then you have to go now the drinking stuff. I don't know what's going on with Roger.
Wear a badge.
The rules. So would be interesting anyway. So we're not at the saloon yet. We don't go to the saloon tomorrow night, but we will be interesting to have Kevin Francis and Bill Metzler, ESPN broadcaster for the Philadelphia Flyers, with us tomorrow night, and the NHL start tomorrow, Mr. ENORTAP. So a lot of things going on here behind the scenes. That's what's happening about this. And signed to send Jacky, one of the two who really deserve the job, but Harris back to Laval. About this one over there.
He'll be back. He'll be back, Jerry. Don't worry.
Yep, he will be back about this one over there. Coach, when we start the email prediction tomorrow, first 2 games tomorrow, Kelly, will be the one we start tomorrow. So have it send somebody else down. I'll be curious, Alan, who do you like? Agree, Jerry. Should we send somebody else down? But guys, it's just a problem. Edmondson is out, and Mike Madison maybe not start. So they don't have nobody. Yeah, no, you know what I mean? Like, do you prefer to get Corey Schoeneman? You develop with your young player. Guys, this is game number 1. After the game Toronto, possibly Jacky, Harris go down. If Madison and Edmondson's coming back. So you're not going to see this for long term. Next week, Justin Barron will be back, and then Jordan Harris coming down. It's going to be like this. Arbor will be down. The game start Wednesday. Now you're going to see the real live. And this is only a one step. The one step, usually you get draft. Then after that, a lot of responsibility come to you. You have now to make the team. Now the second thing, you make the team. Now the higher responsibility come to you because now you have to stay in the team. Because play is one thing. Survive is second thing. So now is the next step for Jacky, Harris, and Cooley. So you have to figure out how they can survive and stay like that. Space going to be increasing right now. How they're going to readjust. I understand 3 defensemen is hard, but it's just because the situation they have Montreal Canadiens at that moment. So do not be much worry about like, oh my God, this guy, everything like that. He's going to be a carousel of movement for the Montreal Canadiens the next couple of days. So that's happening about this.
All year long, for sure.
Exactly. Mr. Bobby, game-winning goal hockey is in the house.
Hey, Bobby. Welcome.
And the preseason, I would be disagree. One of them, yeah, maybe not, because you guys, I don't know, but Jacky struggled on the backwards, and he take a lot of bad decision overall. So he need to be adapt more. So to consider him, surprisingly, yes, he is. But I believe Kenan Coley have a 1 mile in front of him as a defenseman for what you can see and stay in NHL. You're going to see Arbor right now struggle a little bit more. The real team is going to be on the lineup. Now you're going to see what you need to work more about this one. Anderson, congratulations for him. Deserve it. But remember what I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to see Arbor is going to have a difficult time. And he's going now. So, oh yeah, but Whiteman and Savard, I understand that. But it's not how you develop players. Savard has been in the league for 13, 14 years. So it's not matter what happening to him. But if you want to develop him properly, I don't think so. He's going to be with Montreal a long term. It will be a little bit more short term. It will be back and forth. They are all exempt waiver, and I'm going to understand about this one over there. So it's just to be sure, patient with this team and understand they're going to make some mistake. Look like he's going to be on the third pairing. But again, who knows if Madison is ready or not, Mr. ENORTAP. So it's very difficult to make the line for them at this moment for the Montreal Canadiens about this one over there.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Coach, when you said it's going to be a carousel. It's going to be like that all year long. These kids do have to learn, and they need a little bit of a stint up here. But for the most part, they're going to get the greatest development down in Laval. So, because I'm noticing some of the chat, they seem to be really upset. And I can understand, like, if you listen to coach's explanation about the salary cap and the LTIR space that has to be created, you know why they did that with Jack Eye today. But he'll be back Wednesday, and then he'll play whatever number of games. That's it.
Exactly. But they would be happy. However, like Jack Eye would be back up for the first game. Dixon. I think Montreal would finish last in the Atlantic. Buffalo, Detroit, Ottawa are better at this point.
Yes,
possibly about this. Mr. Jerry Willett is in the house. Top management decision late, but the Arbor will play Wednesday night. Jerry Twitter point, Bayon will be the son of this face. Nate for Jerry recall. All right.
Exactly.
Coach, what is the email we sent it to? Thanks about this one over there. So if people want to know about this, if you want to know about this, guys, it's like the prediction of the upcoming year now is coming for to send you email on that one over there. That's the best way to send us your prediction because we want to create that kind of fun things during the year. We're going to have some fun contests, what's fun things happening during the year. But for your prediction of this season, you can send it earlier too. So you don't have to wait at the show. You can send it the morning. If you see tomorrow, you have two games, the Tampa Bay game and the Vegas Golden Knight. You don't worry about who the goaltender. Don't worry about the injuries. Honestly, nobody's hurt. But you can send it already tonight, right now. Send the result of the game. And the only thing we think, Mr. Natap, am I right about this? You put the score of the game. So Vegas win 4-3. You don't have to put the opponent team, everything. You just put the winner. VGK is the abbreviation of Vegas. And then you put the next game, Tampa Bay TBL 4-1. Then you calculate all the goal of the night. That's the only thing we add. We have no fantasy player at this moment for the season. So only the total of the game is on tap, the score final, score, and the winning of the team. Am I right?
Exactly.
That's exactly. He take about 1 hour when in our time explain me to me, and then I said, okay, I got it now. I got it. So I can explain here for Mr. Natap. So that's happening about this. We have a lot of things to talk about. Let's move on. We have a couple of people in the chat. If they have the stew, back in the house, too. Without stew, it's not going to work. There's a coach. It was a lot of fun to win the first one pick and the warm-up show. Can you possibly bring back the problem, Kelly, is very confusing about this one because you have to calculate the number, the point they did the night before, and it takes a lot of works to do for the people who does it. And now I know ENORTAP does too, but me too. And we have other things to carry on, honestly, for the upcoming year about that one over there. So that's supposedly we have Kelly, to at some point.
Yeah. We wanted to change, Kelly, also the format a little bit because last year, like I said, I was doing a lot of the talking and inside talking, but Coach and I want to rebound things off of each other before we give our predictions so that can maximize your pick as well. So I think it's better this way because we don't have to stop and wait to copy things down. It's sent to the email. It's a lot quicker.
Yep. So about this, I think, Jerry, I don't see that way over there. I think it's you assume something. I don't think so. You have nothing to go against him. What he said, they feel bad about him. He just make the team.
They love him. If anything, they love him.
I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe you have some explanation. You can give it to us. That'd be good. Sorry, I missed the beginning. Do you think the Golden Knight will use Nicolas Hague for the trade bait for another players?
I don't think so. I think they're genuinely going to keep him. It looks like it's a 3-year contract, maybe at around 2.2.
2.3. The only thing I said to you, we are so bad or we are really negative about the management, right? But one thing they do well, they keep the young or the players at long term at lower money. Look, the Nicolas Roy, a 5-year contract, and now Nicolas Hague, White Cloud is on. You know what I mean? Like they do a lot of good things. Well, on this contract, they do well about this one over there. So I just want to mention this, Bobby. If you follow the Vegas Golden Knight, that'd be great. Roger, back in the house. Welcome back, Mr. Roger.
Hey, how's it going, Raj?
Luciano, I eat too much turkey. I can barely move about this one over there. So maybe Luciano, you can start into jumping in the couch right now, and let's do some kind of music and dancing, so that may be helping you. I suggest you, Luciano, to go to Zumba Country Dance by Roger. It's a duo now. It's Roger and Danny do together. They are the teacher of the Zumba Country music, Mr. Nortap. So Luciano, I suggest you to go there. That'd be the best way to do that. William, where these players should play the match of the year. That is where the players should be about this one over there. The only one I think it would be for time, it would be Cooley, but Caden. But otherwise, I agree with you. Go back and forth about this one over there. Robin Allen is in the house with William. Thanks for your pup.
Hey, Robert.
Hope you have some turkey. No, Robert. I fight more with a storm right now and hear about this one over there. And we wish the best for the people. Anyway, happy Thanksgiving for the Peters in Canada, Canadian people. And that's what's happening. Fernando Tavares is in the house.
Hey, Fernando. Welcome.
Do you think we'll see Jacky fight Wilson this week? No, because Wilson is out for 8 months with an injury. Dixon, he have an ELC. So he's not going to fight nobody right now. Dixon, Tom Wilson. I'm not happy, coach, but we'll see. You're not happy, coach, but we'll see. I'm not sure what you're not happy or what you're thinking. What makes you not happy about Montreal Canadiens? But again, if you expect them to be a good team, you have to not be that way, because it will be 3 years before the Montreal Canadiens become someone solid. And the house, Mr. Josino, Slovakia. Josino, big fans of the Montreal Canadiens, and now with the Sapkowski. By the way, Philippe Mazar have a great weekend with the Laval. I have the same feeling for Robin Allen. I don't know why you're not happy. I would like to know, you guys, what you're not happy. I want to know what if I can help you to change your happiness or to change you for happy. I would love to do that.
I think you explained it already, Coach. I think they were just a little bit upset from the sounds of it about the whole situation with Arbor. But it's just you have to be a capologist to really understand this, and it's like playing a game of chess. You know, you have to sort of put certain pieces out at certain times, and you just wait. You wait, and they'll get their opportunity. So don't be upset. This management team has not led us astray yet, and they want to do what's best for.
So yes, upset for the because Jacky doesn't in the team. What?
Well, let's write it in, please, if you think it's something else. But I'm assuming that that's what they're referring to.
Who finished more points, Detroit or Buffalo? Detroit, Allen. We're going to talk about this in the next couple of minutes. Josino, yes, sir. Sapkowski is on the team. About this. ENORTAP, are you full-time in Canada?
Full-time?
Yeah. If you live in Canada. Makes sense?
You full-time? No.
Yeah. Maybe not full-time your job, but full-time as a citoyen, as a permanently resident in Canada. If Stu asks you that one over there.
Yeah.
This is the roster for the Montreal Canadiens, guys. We got this earlier. Anderson, Caulfield, Dak, Dadonov, Drouin, Devorak, Evan, Gallagher, Hoffman, Monahan, Pesera, Pitlick, Sapkowski, Nuzinski. And then we have Cooley, Harris, Kovacevic, Madison, Savard, Whiteman, Allen, and Montembeault. Yeah, he's missing Jacky on that list over there because that was the release of the roster at 5 o'clock and NHL. Paul Biron should be there. But otherwise, this is the lineup for the Montreal. And until the new players come in, was glad to see Dvorak and Hoffman and Suzuki was back on the ice yesterday. A big smiling for Suzuki yesterday. I follow up living in Canada, main visit Canada, visit Florida. That's what he was talking about. So that's happening, Mr. ENORTAP. About this, we know today we're going to talk about the Division Atlantic. Do you know the German series Cobra 11 with the fantastic actor alias Simi? No, I don't know. Is it A movie or
No,
something?
never heard.
I don't know. I apologize. I wish I know to tell you something about him, but definitely does not play in NHL. The next thing I want to talk about, Mr. Nortap, is the division. We're going to start with the Boston Bruins. Boston Bruins, what are everybody thinking? Because you have so much injury. Surprisingly, they put on the waiver Foligno, Raleigh, Chris Werner. Nobody picked them. Just give you an idea. Team, a team already careful about put the player on the claim the players, and that's what for the Boston Bruins and their expectation, Mr. Nortap, for this year for the Boston Bruins is 101 over 3.8 point, 91% the chance to make the playoff, 7% win the Stanley Cup. Mr. Nortap, are you surprised about those kind of information we got today? And you can see the lineup. Yes, Marchand is not there. Yes, Tyler Hall is hurt. Yes, McEnroy is not there. But they are coming back. And I think when you have Bergeron and Krejcik, this thing can flow around Mr. Nortap. What is your expectation about the Boston Bruins, sir?
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised by that 91% for the playoffs, I'll be honest with you, because it's not easy with the parity that we have in the league today for Boston to sustain the kind of injuries for the length of time that they're going to have them, like Marchand and Grzelcyk, McAvoy, that are going to be out of the lineup. Now, the good news is they did bring back Bergeron and Krejci, and they, of course, have now Pavel Zacha as well to help out. But, in Krejci's case, he's been away really. I know he's played overseas, but he's really been away from the NHL for an extra year. So I just don't know if they're going to play him on the second line, as it indicates there. I don't know if that's the best position for him. So I'd be a little bit weary of that. It does help to fill the void a little bit for Boston, who struggled last season somewhat. It's going to be a matter of, I think, Ken Allmark and Jeremy Swayman keep them in games, and hopefully they can get off to a decent start. Because if they start to fall behind teams like Washington, possibly Ottawa, it's going to be very difficult for them to make up that differential later on to get into the playoffs, because we're talking after Christmas for most of these players to come back. So I don't share the same optimism about them making the playoffs, but they'll definitely be at the cusp. And if they can play at least 500 going before they get these players back, I think that they should be able to make it as a wild card.
So what do you put them for?
I have them out right now. Yeah, in the division, I have them currently at fourth in the Atlantic, but they'll be one of the bubble teams trying to make that wild card in my eyes. And I just think there's so many good teams, and the range of teams and how much they've improved over the summer is so much that sometimes just a point or two is the difference between making that wild card or not, and they could be on the outside looking in.
I don't think so. I think they're going to reach 95 point. I think if you look, this lineup is solid all the way, and I think we are really
the defense.
The reason because we say, oh, Marchand is not there, oh, because McEnroy is not there. Their goaltenders may be the top best 5 goaltender in NHL. That's who they are,
and that's why I said Allmark and Swayman will have to really play at the top of their games to hold them in there. But
you're going to have DeBrusque. You have Pastrnak, who's already like 3-4 goals during the exhibition game. You have Krejcik. You have experience over there. You have Charlie Coy, the third center. You have Pavel Zacha, where he could be like anywhere on the top if he can be the one he was before. The depth is good with Nosek and Foligno. And I'm telling you right now, this team is better, well balanced. It reminded me a lot of Minnesota Wild at some point. Where they have a good goaltender, the defense is very solid overall, and they have honestly a good top 9 over there, and the deep depth is very good. So for me, it's really go to the playoff for the upcoming season. Mr. ENORTAP. What's the way I have in the chat? We have maybe some responses.
Are you happy with the defense, coach? Because I'm certainly not. If we complain about Montreal's defense with young kids, with the McAvoy and Grzelcyk out, they're going to have a lot of problems. And now they cut Mike Riley.
Oh, no, they have McAvoy, Lindholm, Gretzky, Carlo. That's so much better to Montreal Canadiens.
No, Krejcik's not there right now.
McAvoy's yeah, he's back. He's back. They put him on the roster yesterday. Yeah, he's back.
And how about McAvoy? How long is he out for?
It'll be a couple of weeks. December, possibly.
Okay. Well, that's a different story. I hadn't heard about the injury report on them. I thought that they were out for an extended period of time.
McAvoy will be extension, but he's not going to miss the season. So he's going to be a couple of months out. So they're going to, the point for them, like stay at the fort and dominate a little bit, is to be sure they play about 500 a little bit over. And then they stay in the boat. When the player will be back, the Marchand, McAvoy, this thing's going to flow back like normally. They're going to fall away. How about that? No, I'm not saying they're going to destroy everybody. I just said they're going to make the playoff.
Yeah. And I agree with that, especially if the injuries don't take as long the injured players don't take as long to get back into the lineup.
Yeah. Hard to tell, Stu, but honestly, Simon is higher for the 3 World Team above Atlantic. A great comment. Do you know that? No, I don't know about them, Josino. I apologize about this. We take his vacation the beginning of the first round, Kelly, for Stu. Here we go. The next thing I want to talk about, Mr. ENORTAP, is this team. The Detroit Red Wings, we know they have maybe one of the most active off-season for that organization, plus the UFA. You talk about 7-8 new players inside this team for the goaltender. And then they cut 14 players. We invite everybody to watch him. Michael DeVillano is report Detroit Red Wings every single week. And, it's a solid team with Perron, now Andrew Kopp, Ben Chariot play on the top 4 over there. And you can add a Kubalik and a Meta, and I can go all the way like this. They expect 82.6. I feel this a little bit low. 11% make the chance and 0 chance to win the Stanley Cup. You just see like this. Raymond, Larkin, Bertozzi, Vrana, Kopp, Perron, Zadina, Sutter, Kubalik, and Ramesson and Songvis. Goaltender, Uso, Nedeljkovic, Cedar, Chariot, Mata, Ronek, Langstrom, and Hostel. I think the defense is a little bit better what we expect, but still, it's not a bad team overall.
I agree, Coach. I think that they did an incredible job this offseason. Yzerman did to sort of beef up the team a little bit so that it's not just a one-line team. He helped out with the defense as well and picking up guys like Sherratt and Mata. They brought in Husso to help out with the goaltending situation. Andrew Kopp is there. Then, of course, they went and signed Perron. So I thought that was fantastic, the acquisitions that they made. And I do anticipate that they'll do much better. And we keep forgetting that they have right now they have a healthy Jakub Vrana that did not play very much, if at all, last year, and that's going to help out tremendously. Like, you look at that second line, it's very, very solid to go with that first line, and even your third line is very is very deep as well with Kubalik, Pius Suter, and Zadina.
And we forgot another name of that. Soberblom make the team. Big 6'6" right in front of the net. So Zadina and Villano are extra player at this moment. So I just want to add that on this, Mr. ENORTAP.
No, you're absolutely right. And I like what Yzerman's done. My only concern is there was a big differential between where the points that Detroit finished off last year and the wild card position. And I just don't know if they can make up that large of a gap in 1 year. But I do anticipate them to definitely improve on on their sixth place finish from last year. I see them missing the playoffs, but I see huge strides in their development process for sure.
You're absolutely right about this. Luciano said, "Who have better goalie? Detroit have a better goalie, Luciano."
Yeah.
And then Jerry said, "Lucas Raymond, mom works in my town." Jerry, I was glad to hear that. That's awesome for sure. And if you have any question, guys, anything you want to talk about the division, you can mention to us. And we're going to answer to you. Which you put Detroit in the standing?
It was a tough one for me because I have them right after Boston, but I also have Ottawa in that mix. I think if Ottawa can get off to the kind of start that they should be capable of, then they'll probably finish slightly ahead of Detroit. Otherwise, I see Detroit ahead of them. I just find it hard to believe that Ottawa will get off to a horrible start like they did in the last 2 or 3 years. So I have Detroit at 6th in the Atlantic, but they could very well be a 5th place team.
Yes. If you have no injury, Mr. ENORTAP, they're going to finish anyway 6th.
Yeah.
The Florida Panthers, here we go, finish better que Ottawa, Luciano. The Florida Panthers, Mr. ENORTAP, 105.9, 94% chance to make the playoff. They gave them 9% chance to win the Stanley Cup. The lineup you see right there on this one over there is not true. Duclair is out for the year. They have Colin White play on the third line now. It's a little bit different what you see on that lineup. But again, the defensemen are Max Stahl, Radus Kubas, Brendan Montour, Lucas Carlson, Bobrovsky. Knight, what your expectation for them?
Well, Florida's still Florida. I think they do have some excellent players on the team. Their goaltending situation is very good. I wouldn't say it's excellent, but it's very good, especially if Spencer Knight takes a step forward and starts to play the way we anticipated him to play last year. I think that can only help Florida. Their lines are solid. They just don't have the same depth that they had last year. They lost quite a few key players. I know that they, obviously they picked up Matthew Tkachuk, and that I think will help them more so in the playoffs than it will in the regular season. He's an excellent player to have on there. But you lost, 100+ points from Huberdeau, and you lost Sherratt, you lost Uyghur. So that could hurt them a little bit. You lost Marchment as well. So I do see a little bit of regression with Florida. I don't think that they'll finish first in the division. As a matter of fact, I have them currently at 3rd in the division. I'll be honest with you. Just because I don't think defensively they stand up as well as they did last year. But they're still going to be a solid team. I think they should be very close, if not over the 100-point mark, probably at around 102, 103. And yeah, they'll finish 3rd in my eyes.
Third for you. First of all, we want to welcome back RJ Calabro is in the house. Mr. Don Bovio, another new subscriber of the Hockey Nation Show, is with us tonight. Thanks, Don, to be with us. Glad to have you aboard. And a lot of people put them 2nd, 3rd division for them. Both Brisson, Kelly, I see they would be fighting Boston for the playoff coming at 4 about this one over there. Luciano, 3rd for Florida, and if they believe happen, maybe possibility they'll be a little bit, difference would be less compared to the top 3 and the bottom 3. The next thing we want to talk about, Mr. ENORTAP, Ottawa Senators. We know they have a great exhibition game. It's easy when you play against Montreal Canadiens, so many games, but as a subject for another time. Ottawa Senators, we know who they are. Honestly, we saw them all weeks last week, and the lineup you see on this board is pretty much exactly what it will be, but possibly Castellic. Then we know Derek Brassard got a PDO contract offer 1 year conversation for Brassard. And then it's a really well balanced team. Although the fact problem is really like New Jersey Devils, the goaltending situation, Cam Talbot and Anton Forsberg, and a little bit concerned about the defenseman, where I believe it's not the end of the world, but still not. They remind me, honestly, the defense like the Florida Panthers, Mr. Notap.
Yes, I would agree with that. That's a good point. Ottawa, again, they have to get off to a better start. I know I've been saying this for a while because the way the parity is in the NHL, especially in this division right now, once you take sort of Montreal out of the equation and Toronto, the rest of the teams are pretty much all log jammed in the middle. And so you cannot afford to get off to a tough start here like they did before. But they are so deep. Like you look at those first three lines, and you are going to get excellent production. I anticipate this to be one of the most offensive teams in the NHL this year. Questions I have are, can all the acquisitions that they got this year, DeBrincat, Giroux, Larson, Mote, well, Talbot's hurt now, but they also got Jacob Larson. Like, can they gel together? Because that takes time.
They are already, if you think about this, Mr. Notap, DeBrincat, Giroux, and Sussler may be the best, one of the top 5 best line in the NHL.
Yeah, they are. They are, without a doubt. It's just that sometimes when you put too many changes on one team in 1 year, it could take a while for them to properly sort of find their niche within the team. But that's really my only concern. I think, can the goaltending hold up? It would have been nice if they had Talbot starting right off the bat, because Forsberg's your perfect backup goalie, I think. So that could hurt a little bit, but I anticipate Ottawa to finish 5th in the division and probably on the outside looking in terms of the playoff.
Yeah, great point about this. William make a great statement about this for sure. William, I agree with you. Ottawa for me will be number 5, and the reason I put them out of the playoff, it remind me the Florida Panthers 3 years ago, when you have the new wave. I'm talking about Spencer Knight. I'm talking about Montour and everybody else, and then it take time, and they don't remember, like 2 years ago they didn't make the playoff. The last 2 years they did, but the year before, so it's 3 years I'm talking about, and they didn't make the playoff because they was not cement together yet and not ready to win. And this whatever Giroux is there, it's a young team overall. There are a lot of players under 25 years old. I'm talking about Norris, Patterson, Tkachuk, DeBrincat, Sanderson, Backstrom. There are all the players like this. So, and then missing Talbot 5 to 7 weeks. That's not going to helping them. Forsberg, I don't think so. He can carry on the team on the back-to-back game, and then they have to know with Albert or Sogard. And then, honestly, that would be a team, maybe another way they're not going to start properly the right foot, Mr. Notap, like they did the last 2 years. And on the hot seat, maybe DJ Smith could be another coach where you have to be careful the first 2 months if you don't have, like, I don't know, like 6, 11, 6, 14, and 2 example.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And again, this is one of those teams, Coach, that last year they finished with 73 points. The last playoff team, Washington, was
27,
at 100. It was 100 points. So it's hard to make that kind of a gap. Like, even if they improve by 10 points and Washington goes down by 10 points, they still don't make the playoffs.
Exactly. So they have a lot of things to go about this one there. Next thing we'll talk about, Mr. ENORTAP, is the Buffalo Sabres. Buffalo Sabres have another team, have a different direction. Another great, they got confirmed now. Jack Quinn is a part of the team. And they're, of course, GJ Peterka another rookie, is a part of the team for the upcoming year. We know Owen Power is really what the people thinking is going to be a possibility, a nomination for the Calder. This is whatever you put the player, the name, give me any name, the forward, the defenseman, everything like that. You have only one biggest problem, the goaltender. They don't have no goaltender. On my eyes,
exactly right.
to compete with the rest of the division over there. So for me, that's what I don't know what your assessment, but I would like to hear that. But for me, the goaltender is the biggest problem.
That's absolutely the biggest area of concern. And you would think that, Buffalo was a team that really took the Atlantic Division by surprise last year in terms of how they played and some players coming out, guys like, Tage Thompson had a good year. Krebs, of course, Tuck when they got him in the trades. Skinner had a decent year. Even guys like a Pozo, who's just made captain, by the way, for the team, had a great start to the year. And we saw improvement in Rasmus Dahlin, and now they're adding Owen Power. So, they're going in the right direction, no doubt about that. But I'm just surprised that over the summer they didn't try to address their goaltending situation a little bit more seriously, and B, to bring in some noticeable players that would make a difference in that kind of a lineup. So I really I see them improving a little bit, but I still have them finishing 7th in the division.
Yeah, one thing I will not correct you, but helping you. The trade for Matt Murray, the trade was done, but Matt Murray didn't want to report to the Buffalo Sabres with his clause.
Buffalo, yeah.
So that's the one thing. The second thing, I blame a lot Kevin Adams a couple year ago, and one thing they did, Mr. Notap, I think they did the right thing. It's not a team to be patient. When I said that, you don't have to jump right away. Whatever they have a good goaltender, they are not ready yet, Mr. Notap, to go the next level yet to compete with all the rest of the season. So for me, better to be a bit patient, let the kid learning, keep that kind of money yet, and see next year who could be now become the goaltender over there and to become a UFA whatsoever. And secondly, what we said to you guys, it's a bit like Montreal Canadiens. They have a lot of goaltender on this organization. You have Portillo, you have Levi, and you have Lucanen. So not Lucanen, but Lucanen, something like this. Yeah. So it's possibly it's inside the organization and not from the outside organization. So you know what? Let's growing them and be ready after that. They get a backup goaltender like Comrie just for right now. They know Anderson will be done after that. So it's a preparation for the next things to do for the Buffalo Sabres, Mr. Notap.
Yeah, and not the least of which is the importance of starting to bring in like a true veteran core or presence that will help these younger kids develop and start learning what it means to put yourself on the line and to what it takes to win.
Yes. So it will be really interesting to follow up them. But here you go. Yamo said Uko Pekka Luukkonen. That's really the name over there. So just want to sharing this with you. The next thing we talk about, Mr. Nortap, is the Tampa Bay Lightning. We did not post this right there. I apologize for that one over there. But, a really interesting summer for them. They lost Palat. They lost McDonough, or they tried for McDonough, and then they turn around to sign longer contract. Talk about Cirelli. We talk about Sergachev. Talk about Cernak. And they did not do a lot of movement after that in that team organization. But again, the core is still there. The Stankos, the Point, the Kucherov, the Killorn. Talk about Edmund, Sergachev, Cernak. And then you have Vasilevsky was maybe the top best goaltender in NHL. So they are not a bad team overall. They still be at the top of that standing. But what you tell me a little bit more about the Tampa Bay Lightning?
And they still have one of the best coaches in the league that has yet to win a Jack Adams Award. I don't understand that one. But yeah, Coach, this team is still deep. We saw that they went right to the Stanley Cup Finals yet again last year with a couple key injuries in their lineup. it would have been maybe possibly a different story if Braden Point had been in the entire playoffs to help them out. But when you got the kind of goaltending that they have in Vasilevsky, you have the kind of forwards and the depth there. That first and second line are just amazing. They picked up Nestimnikov, who's been having a great preseason, and he seems to be working really well with Ross Colton. So it looks like their third line is solidified. Their fourth line does what they have to do. They're instigators. They kill penalties. They do all the right things, score key goals at key times. And then on defense, you still have Hedman as your number one, and they put more responsibility on Sergachev, of course. That's why the long contract with the money. But this team is a team to be, contended with. I have them finishing second in the division. It's too bad this whole situation now with Ian Cole has come up. That hopefully won't be a disruption on the team as the investigations continue. But this is a solid team.
For the first time, I will say to you, I'm a little bit concerned about the defenseman. Because the third pairing is not there. Cal Foot is not a top there. So that would be my only concern. I know the Bokosian is not still, but that would be one thing I would say my second concern about them, and is the third line. Like Nemeth Tikov could be a possibility, not the right player. So they still have some hole to fix if they want to be the top best team in the NHL like they was before. And you can see cannot be there all the way over there. But that will be my little bit concern about this. Kelly, for your question about the game Wednesday, I'm not there. Unfortunately, I cannot tell you. I know Toronto is going to win, but I'm not tell you exactly because we're really not focusing on that game yet. It's only Wednesday and we're Monday night. And so I give you a little bit what I'm thinking. So for Tampa Bay, Mr. ENORTAP, I think they have something to do. They will add some player if they want to go like they did before, at the final Stanley Cup for the upcoming year. So if you are where do you put them?
I have them in second place in the Atlantic. I think this is still a strong team. I think they will address the defense like they always do around trade deadline time, if not earlier, to pick up one or two pieces at that point. So I still think they're strong, very strong. My only concern, like I agree with you about the defense a little bit, but my other concern is this team has been, right to the Stanley Cup Finals the last 3 years in a row and has played a lot of hockey in that time. And so you only worry about, how physically fit are they to take them through another grueling year and then another grinding playoff. I think they can do it. But it does take a toll on the
only thing I would say to you, they have been there, they know what to do. So during the season, they are on the cruise control. They only go on the cruise control. They don't worry about this. They know they're going to make the playoff. And when they open up now, they chant and they push after that for the playoff race. So I'm not going to be concerned now. I can understand that so many games could be difficult for them. My bold, I'll tell you, Patrick Kane is going to be traded to the Tampa Bay Lightning. And that's what's happening, and that made them to become another. The one could be at the Stanley Final.
It's lights out, no pun intended. If they get Kane, that's
well. Sure. You go tell me like in the next 2 months, why coach knew that? I just tell you, Patrick Kane is going to be traded to the Chicago Fun to the Tampa Bay Lightning. It just makes sense to me. It just makes sense to me.
It's a big price tag. We'll see.
I still think he lands in the Rangers. Maybe $1.5 million retaining.
Okay. Maybe. We'll see.
Do not underrated Julien Brisebois.
Yeah, that's true.
Montreal Canadiens, Mr. ENORTAP. We're going to go two last teams, Toronto and Montreal, for the last two before we get out here. And Toronto, Montreal Canadiens, 73.8, 1% chance to make the playoff. They just want to give them one, but, they could be zero, they'll be fine. And the Stanley Cup, zero chance. We know who they are. They know what we talk about them every single day. What your expectation overall?
Well, the expectations here for me, they're eighth in the division. I'm expecting them to yet again have a high pick by the end of the year. Will they be better than last year? I believe they will. Will we see some exciting players and some exciting games? I think we will. But at the end of the day, they're not deep enough right now. As you can see, the defense is far too young, needs a lot of development still. Even if Edmondson, Matheson, Weidman are in there, Savard, they shouldn't be, like, you look at Savard, shouldn't be at that position. You look at Weidman, shouldn't be at that position. So they're playing a little bit out of their regular chairs, but they're trying to match them up with, some of the younger kids so that they can help out. But it's going to be a long year. We have to be patient. I think they're doing the right things, and they will clear out some of these contracts by the time the trade deadline comes along, if not sooner. Goaltending is still an issue. We don't know what's wrong with Montembeault, if anything, or what intentions they have. They're probably still going to look on the waiver list if there's anything that they can do to improve that situation. Hopefully Jake Allen doesn't get hurt, because he's going to probably be starting a lot of games. And he's not built for a huge number of games like he was when he was with St. Louis.
Yep. Yeah, I cannot tell you more about this. I said everything if you follow me on my videos, so I don't want to add more. My biggest question, everybody know we're going to be 8 positions, so I agree. Now, my question for everybody is this part. Do you expect Montreal Canadiens over 68 point or under 68 point? Not 73.8 from the Athletic website, but 68 point. I would like to hear your answer in that chat, because 8 position everybody knows. But I would like to hear a little bit more. 68 point, is it possible or not? Give me over or under. That would be great. Great comments about this, Curtis, by the way. Renaud, I don't know if you're talking about which veteran you're talking about. Is it an NHL or I don't know. Savard, no, he was awful last season. He was trying to be in the league. Otherwise, he's a scrap. I'll be honest with you. You cannot complain about David Savard. He have an amazing. I think nobody talk about this.
He's been playing well.
It's Cam, but I'll be honest with you. He was maybe one of the most consistency player for the Montreal Canadiens during the main camp. I think for me, he's ready. And maybe you don't like his style, everything like that. He's maybe the one, he's the biggest leader in that team right now. He's teaching every single day all the young men on the ice with Martin Saint-Louis. He gave them direction on the bench, everything like that. So sometimes you pay for other things, the quality of the human being, the quality of the leader. And David Savard brings this and that organization. And being honest with you, he didn't play well, but I think he's a great asset a long term for the Montreal Canadiens. Is another player like Francis Bouillon could stay in the Montreal Canadiens inside this organization as a coach at some point, Mr. NORTAP. This is what I feel about him for this one over there. A lot of people said all under, over for 2075 are making the playoff this season, Renaud. Coach Jean-Lee said under because Ottawa, Detroit, and Buffalo have got it better. I agree with you about this one there. And finishing this, Mr. NORTAP, just give me under, over.
I say under. Last year they had 55. If they get 10 extra points, that's enough.
Here we go. Let's move on, Mr. NORTAP, with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And this could conclude the Division Atlantic standing. 110.5, 98% make the chance, 14% the chance of winning the Stanley Cup. Here we go. I'm listening. You are an expert about the Toronto Maple Leafs, and I can read the comments in the chat.
Yeah, what can you say about their top line? Like it's probably, top notch. Not probably, it definitely is top notch. You got 2 players there that scored over 100 points, or Mitch Marner came very close to that. They're solid offensively. That's never been the concern. Defensively, I think they have a good core, but I don't think that they're at the level where they're either very good or elite. You still have a lot of concerns of guys like Muzzin and Brody if they can stay healthy. Giordano's on with age. He's a tremendous help. He's a leader, and they need that. But I worry about the defense to a certain degree. And I don't know. I sincerely doubt they made their goaltending situation any better than what it was last year with Matt Murray and the injury concerns, and then Samsonov, can he rebound and have the kind of year that he had maybe 2 or 3 years ago? Um, I don't know. That remains to be seen. But I don't. I'm not a big fan of their fourth line. Their third line is solid, no problem there.
Oh,
And their
now the
second
four
line,
line is better now. They got Ashton, Reese over there. So that was satisfy the four line. Simon and
Kobe,
Godet
yeah.
out. PD, they are out. So the four line is so much better, like they see on that. Then you have to add Nate Robinson on that list.
Well, no, Robinson, I think, was put on waivers today, if I'm not mistaken.
Robinson, but no.
Yeah, I think so. I
No,
think
no.
He was,
the rookie?
I think he was, yeah.
Impossible.
Nick.
It's like you put Nick. It's like you put Nick Ziski on the waiver.
Well, I thought I read that. I could be wrong. I'll check it later when I get a chance. But yeah, if he's there, I thought he had a great preseason. I thought for sure he would be there.
By the way, Matt Murray, it was designed to start the game.
Yes.
Start the game again a Montreal Canadiens. About that one over there. So, what do you put them? First place, second place, third place?
Yeah, they're definitely.
Are they going to make the playoffs?
Absolutely, absolutely. They're going to be a top 4 team in the league, I would say, and definitely first in the Atlantic. That's not the concern with the Leafs. The concern is, can they finally make it through the playoffs, that first round? And right now, it's all a mind game with them. If they believe that they can make it, they will, because they have the kind of team that can get them to, at the very least, that second round.
So look like from Yamo, Robinson is on the waiver with Wayne Simon. Nobody claimed Nick Robinson.
Well, they have 24 hours, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's. I thought I heard that today, that he was placed on. I was surprised myself. I was shocked, but.
Dennis Malgin took the spot of Robinson. It makes sense to me. That's a good one over there. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But he has to go on the waiver. I thought he was an exempt waiver, no?
You're right. I think because he's still considered a rookie, he can be sent
when
down,
I said that, like I'm surprised. Like when I was talking earlier, I was not talking about not make the team. I was talking about the fact, like, I don't think so. He should be on the waiver. That was my point here.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, it doesn't. He's not starting with the team. I suspect at some point he'll be up. Anyways, he's too good of a hockey player not to keep.
So William, he confirmed Riley Robinson on the waiver.
Oh wow. I thought he would avoid the waivers because
me too. Of his, but wow, I honestly,
they got to be careful.
It's the same thing. We have assigned the following player to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Que de waiver.
They can only be assigned once they clear.
Yeah,
the
I will
waivers.
check. I'll be honest with you. I will check again a little bit later. Give you a better answer about this one over there. Whatsoever, Mr. NOTAP, which position do you put them?
I have them in first in the Atlantic. No doubt about that.
First place in Atlantic. That's a great way to finish the show. Put Toronto first place. I think the people just are right now applause you, Mr. NOTAP. I know. We're going to start the show we're going to start the show very well. We're going to say to you, yes, first place for me, and I'll be surprised, everybody. They're going to go third round this year.
It all depends who they match up with. I would not want to match up with Tampa Bay again, unfortunately.
A lot of things could change, right? But they have the best lineup right now, like they never have for the last couple of years. Because they have some depth they never have right now. They have a better structure of the depth, what it takes to go the next level in the playoff. And they have Jack Rock over there, they have Cav over there, they have Ashton Reese over there, and they have the other one, Maljan, and I think their depth is pretty good over there. Still not perfectly great. He's still missing a piece more at the defenseman. But again, from today until the end, I still believe they have a chance this year. Not win the first round, possibly win the second. I'm not saying they will, but I would not be surprised they go all the way there. The biggest question, can Murray or Samsonov carry that team all the way? This is a big effort. But I would suggest them a better run on the playoff. At the point, they're going to save the job at Carl Dubas at the end of the year.
It's all here, Coach. These Leafs should have passed that first round. They had 2 or 3 occasions. And that's going to be their biggest enemy is themselves.
Again, it was just one goal, Mr. Notap. He was not worried about this round. I've been honest with you.
They went through it not going to be an effect for them.
Now, when it could become an effect is when you trail 2-0 in the playoff, something like that, but they're not going to happening at the beginning. Now, when you reach the first round, they're going to play again at team number 8, and on that one, the fact is really important for them to finish first. They finish first, they're going to go through the first round.
Possibly. It depends who they play. And every year they've beaten themselves. They've done it twice against Boston. They've done it against Columbus. They were up 3-1 against Montreal. And they should have won Game 6 against Tampa Bay last year. So right now, they're a group that no matter how successful they are in the regular year, they have to have that monkey on their shoulder saying, can we make it through that first round? And if they keep answering no up here, we're going to see the same results. I think once they get rid of that monkey.
Do you want another bold prediction?
Yeah, they're going to win the cup, right?
No. Jonathan Toews, straight from Chicago to Toronto Maple Leaf.
Yeah, I mentioned that last week too. It would be a great acquisition.
I don't remember. I do Alzheimer.
Yeah.
But so there's another time already at the warm-up show. But it was great to have you aboard to talk about the Atlantic season. Guys, for the people come here every night, every show at the warm-up show. This is a show about fantasy hockey. It's about the prediction, the game, and we create some kind of the friendship contest where it's all about fun. It's not like me and Elta, we're not an expert. We're not coming here to do the game, so I give you the best knowledge about the game. We just play there to have a good time together with you guys, and then we continue to do it again one more year together, and it will start tomorrow night. And tomorrow we're going to talk about something. We have another prediction long term, guys. I'm not sure how we're going to do it. Possibly me and Mr. ENORTAP, we do a recording. We don't know yet how I'm going to fix this. It's 11 questions. Those questions are going to be until July 2023. If you are right around, and 2% is a percentage of to be right with over 60%. So it'll be interesting if this, I can wait to present to you. Possibly tomorrow, we'll see. We still have to go with the prediction of the trophies, Mr. ENORTAP, but we can go through the couple of days. It's not the end of the world. We have like only 2 games or 1 game. We're going to go through those kind of predictions, Mr. ENORTAP. So the best way for your prediction, guys, to send to us. This is the email below us, the HNLSwarmup@gmail.com. That's the best way. You give us your prediction of the gameplay the day, the same day or the day after. You can send us the 3 days in front. We don't care. But just be sure you want to participate. We give you a leaderboard every single day. You can go to the jail. You can go to the party bus, or you can stay home and laughing about the people go to jail. We have some of you already been to the jail many times. The jail come back It's a new location, not a new location. We're increasing the Wi-Fi. We have more TV over there. The couch is a little bit better, comfortable, but you still stay the same bed, and we have the same food, all from Finland. Yamo produce all the food from Finland. But we have some food from Thailand now, Mr. Natap, so we're increasing. So I can't wait to see everybody, Mr. Natap.
We're gonna have sushi.
Let's finish the show with your last 30 seconds about what your expectation and NHL and year number 3 with the warm-up, or year number 2 of the warm-up show.
The warm-up show, I'm really excited about it this year, Coach. I encourage everybody to participate on a daily basis, even though it's not mandatory every single night. But in terms of your record, in the end, to have those bragging rights, do it every single night. NHL, we're starting soon. You're going to see some big surprises, I think, this year.
You're absolutely about this. I can't wait. It's really start tomorrow. The NHL in my eyes, 2 games earlier, but this is tomorrow, so I can't wait to see each one of you guys. Thank you so much, Mr. Natap. You are the one make that show so much better. And I invite everybody, guys, 9 o'clock tonight. Come back to see us talking with Sam Wolf for the Hockey Nation, for the HockeyBars.com. Listen, guys, we bring some guests for the beginning of the year. To know more if it's fun or not, I would like to hear your feedback. Tell us if you like when we have new guests in the show. That would be great to show what we need to do to make that channel a little bit better. Until the next time, my friend, we want to remind everybody,
you are awesome. You are amazing. You are the best. And remember, you have greatness inside of you.
He takes me so much my energy to keep not moving, Mr. Natap. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night, everybody. And Mr. Natap, thanks for your participation at another warm-up show.
My pleasure,
episode number
Coach.
4, it was Mr. Natap tonight. Until the next time, we want to wish everybody be well, be healthy, and we not only dominate your day, but find a way to dominate the second half of what, Mr. ENORTAP?
Year 2022.
He did it again. Have an amazing, great night, Mr. ENORTAP. See you tomorrow at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
We love you, people.
Started. Don't like the feeling that I've been fooled, deceived, and so misguided.